Hello, Etherblood. Yeah, I got some snowman socks on today because it is miserably hot outside, and I want to pretend it's not by wearing some Christmas socks. But yeah, it is not pleasant weather today. Let's see, what are we limited by? Did we run out of purple? What are these limited by? Probably red chips, right? Production speed. No, red chips. Yeah, that's how it works, exactly. If you wear Christmas socks, it gets colder outside. Uh-huh. uh, Did I need a boiler floor upgrade? I don't think so. No, there's not another one to get. Okay, cool. So yeah, I do want to kind of do nuclear power. I haven't quite figured out how to do it. Also, we should start researching Cobra X enrichment probably instead of robot speed. I mean, we can start nuclear power without it. It should still be viable if we can find large enough patches. The only problem is before Cobra X, it will be a bit difficult to figure out where to put all of our large amounts of 238 or 235, whichever one is the more rare one. Yeah, 238. Or sorry, less rare one. Because that is one problem with the buffers. So, first problem, we have to redesign all of our drills, which isn't too bad. I mean, all we have to do is like, yeah, it should be really easy actually, because we don't have any in unusual spots. All we have to really do is do some underground pipes so that way we can connect sulfur through it. Let's see, have we connected both of our drills? We have. Okay, we have one over here, so this one's actually really safe, which is good. And then we have one over here, which is fairly out of the way. Okay, that should be fine. I do want bricks. Oh wait, we store bricks up here. I was wondering why I couldn't find my buffer chest of bricks. There we go. Can this not run? Oh, it's because it's completely full. Uh, I heard a sound, which I did not like. Did we run out of power? Maybe I kept this on too long. I don't know. But anyway, we wanted to do advanced oil. Wait, is this the wrong side? Oh, it is the wrong side. Okay. We don't need a ton of advanced oil, but I figured it would be a wise idea to get like one advanced oil processing up here. Because the problem we ran into last time is we ran out of coal, which ordinarily isn't that big of a problem, but if we completely run out of coal, that means we can't do coal liquefaction, and if that happens, we cannot keep our flamers running, because we'll only stay on planets if it has coal or oil. It doesn't necessarily need both, but that means there are some instances where we'll only have one of those. So to make up for that, we need to make it that we can process all the fluids, which is not terribly difficult. It's just something that we needed to throw in, but we can do a very, very simple-ish loop like this, which I don't love, but it does the job. This part actually I really hate. I can't walk through this. Let's instead connect it to this. So this is a bit uglier, but the advantage of doing it this way is that now I can actually like walk up and down. So I think overall this is worth it. And then let's see, I don't quite remember how, where are wires? We don't have wires. I also don't want this to run all the time. Let's see. Okay, you can't connect these to wires, which means we actually would rather have one of these be some kind of pump jack, because we want this to be regulated, right? We only want this one. Actually, you know, it doesn't matter that much. But I'm thinking we want one of these to be only running if we're low on oil, which we can do with some logic here. We will have to connect a lot of wires, actually, because the tanks are down here. Well, we already have that one connected to the tank, so let's see. We might be able to chain these. We do need, I think we need more power poles. We might also be able to chain through the pipe. No, we cannot. Okay. So basically, it's going to have similar logic to the cracking. We're just reading these tanks, and we'll only have, but this one's gonna be much lower. Like we'll have this kick on if it's under like 20,000 or something. So this will make it that once this gets a bit low, we will start using these. It's not working. So I definitely didn't set it up properly. Okay. Fluid light oil is less than 20k. It thinks I have less than 20k. Did I not connect it to the same grid? What did I... What's not connected? And the reason I'm measuring light oil is because that's the only thing I have in a tank. That part doesn't matter too much. Basically, the goal is to just make it that this doesn't run. So if this can't output the heavy oil, that's effectively the same as not running. We'll actually give it speed mods rather than productivity mods, because this is supposed to work fast. To just like fill in the gaps and keep our base alive. But this is a problem, and I don't know why. What am I missing? Okay, it's connected. This goes to the wire, goes to the pump. I don't really see what's wrong. And it shouldn't really matter that they're on the same grid. Yeah, it is off, but maybe it just had to... Maybe did these just store a lot more oil than I thought? Okay. So it is working fine. Got it. That's good to know. It just was running for like... It felt like it was running for so long. I didn't realize it could store that much. Also, what are these? I have no idea what these will upgrade to. Ooh, that's interesting. Huh. Let's see, what could possibly be below them in the base down below? Something I haven't unlocked yet. I wonder if there's like another... I wonder if it unlocks another place we can pass resources through, or maybe like a turret? I don't know what that will be. I guess we'll find out at some point. Okay, how is our blue science? We should honestly limit blue science right now, because I need more red chips. I could also... Ooh, I could prioritize purple science. That's actually not a bad idea. Because these don't... No, wait, never mind. These don't need that many. Never mind, these are running full speed. Well, either way, I'm going to prioritize purple science, because I do want that to be prioed. Yeah, I think realistically it's just 1,500 purple science. That's just going to take a long time to research. If you teleport with the biters on the base, do they jump with you? Yes. Yes, they do. We did do that on the first day. It was really bad. I thought we would... because we carried like an overwhelming number with us. So we did die. Multiple times trying to get out of that situation. It was fun though. But yeah, I would not recommend. Let's see. Okay, let's go upgrade our power grid. Oh yeah. So I want nuclear power. I don't know how to get nuclear power. Heat exchangers, those are like the equivalent of the pumps. Or these are the equivalent of the boilers, right? And then these are the steam engines, and then these are, I guess, the coal belt, effectively. Yeah, it looks simple enough. Okay, cool. So first things first, let's just upgrade what we can, so that way we get more power with what we have. I'm actually really happy with my decision to swap these over. Just because, well, one, it made it that we set up the steam turbine automation a lot earlier, which is really great, but also it just kind of solves our power issue. Oh, cool. We are low on iron. Oh, yeah, that's totally fine. We're actually going to upgrade iron. So here's the problem I have right now. We have 2 spots we could potentially place nuclear ammo. And they're both rough. Or they both have their advantages. Or not, sorry, not nuclear ammo, nuclear fuel. So one spot we could put it is up here, which is a bit crowded, but productivity modules, as far as I know, they do apply to Covarex enrichment. Or yeah, I think Covarex enrichment, or no, the centrifuge. They apply to the centrifuge part, the first part, which is really good. But we would have to put it up here. So I think space-wise, it's not really worth it. Even if we would get like an extra 20% nuclear power for free, I don't want to have to figure that out. Maybe we can do that later, or maybe once we get Covarex enrichment, we won't care. So maybe that we don't need a plan for that at all. But yeah, that's kind of the problem with doing it up here. But this thing is super useful, especially for things that are a bit costly initially. But we would have to, well, we wouldn't be able to move coal. The problem with that, we wouldn't be able to move ammo down. We would need some kind of weird logic, actually. We would need to, like, filter this. No, we can't make that work. We don't have enough free belts to send stuff up and then send the process stuff down. Okay. So realistically, what we'll do instead, let's see, we need iron plates. So yeah, realistically, instead, what we'll do is we'll send iron ore and uranium ore down. So we'll buffer it up here. And the reason I want to buffer it up here, actually, we don't necessarily need to buffer it up here. The reason I was wanting to buffer it up here is because I could get more belts, because I only wanted one belt going down. But looking at the oil belt, we have, or not the oil, but looking at the power line, or the power transfer section, we have 5 free belts we can use right here, which means it would not be a problem at all to send 5 belts of uranium ore down here, and then buffer at the bottom. Because this is pretty large, especially once we, like, swap it over. So I think we could afford to have buffers down here. We don't necessarily need to. The other option is to fit a buffer in here, which is also very viable because look how much space we have. Like, it's crazy. This upgrade was great. But we should actually just redo this buffer for the, like, 3rd time. But we got a really a really large base expansion, so it would be very beneficial to expand the buffer. We will try to work around these with, if we can. We will follow a similar philosophy as last time of trying to filter out all the resources early. So it will have a similar sorting system to this, but we'll have a lot more space to work with because we won't have this stone here. But on the other hand, we also have to filter out uranium, so that will lose some space. But the amount of throughput we have is fine. Like, we only need to be able to handle 3 belts of resources. So similar design idea to this. Let's see which one has the best design. This one's actually pretty clean, but this one can only handle 2 belts of resources. But I think the idea of having it like this works pretty good. It doesn't fit well in the corner. So I think iron is actually probably going to be our better option. And it's for non-necessary neural networks. Say that 10 times fast. Gosh, I can barely say it once. Okay, what do we need? We need splitters. How's our iron supply? Our iron is decent. Oh, wait. What do we have the alarm? When do we have the alarm go off? What did we set it as? Where is the alarm? Why can't I see it? Is it? Oh, it's this thing. Oh, 20,000. All right. We gave ourselves like a 15-minute warning that we're going to run out of iron ore. Oh, plus we have this one, which is not counted. So yeah, we're good. We have like 20. We have this whole, we don't need to get iron until the next planet, basically. But yeah, we need to redo the buffer again. This honestly worked really well. I just want this to be 6 wide if possible. We might not be able to fit 6. Because if we don't have to put uranium fuel here, it's honestly, it's a lot simpler not having to put uranium here. I want to store the ore at the base in the basement. The only reason I would store the ore here would be if I wanted to send it up and then back down, but there's just not enough belts for that. But yeah, this actually worked really well. It's something we didn't consider in our original setup, but passing the belts through like the middle where we have the power was actually like, it's really clean. So yeah, we might be able to do 6. Actually, if we do 6, which I do want to have these be 6 wide, but the problem with 6 wide is it's like a weird circle thing. or, you know, an ellipse, I guess most people would call it. But the problem with 6 wide is that it only lets us get like 2 belts easily. And if we do 4 wide with the shape that we have, we can make it like twice as long almost, maybe. Or maybe we can use these corners for something else. We might be able to get 6 wide. We'll see. We'll try for 6. I feel like 6 just has a better balance. But the problem with that is, ooh, it would have to start here. So if we did 6, the max length it could be would be... I mean, that's pretty big, actually. uh, this is like a 3 times increase to buffer size. That's actually not that bad. Well, it needs to go a couple tiles over. But we can make this buffer go as far right as here, basically. So then that gives us this corner to like filter and splitter stuff. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's not a problem. Okay, I kind of like that. We'll start on this side though and mirror it. Yeah, no, I like this. Because we can do this up here and then we should be able to do it. Maybe that doesn't quite fit. Where would 6 go? It would be here. It doesn't cross the midpoint. So that would actually, you know, that would work fine. Considering we have to redo a lot of the belts anyway, I don't think this is much of a problem. Okay, maybe we should do iron chest. Nah, we'll do a steel chest and we'll just upgrade later. This is so many buffers. I just don't know what else I could reasonably put on this floor. So like I'm just thinking like, yeah, let's just maximize the buffer size. That seems like a great use of time. Okay, so this would output on the right. So this goes here. And then I really like this filter or this splitter system we had, where we have one coming directly from the left and then the other one passes through. So let's just assume we will not... Okay, we can make this a lot simpler if we cut all of these belts. So all of these ones do is filter out the iron ore coming from the left. So we can still mine iron. We haven't cut down our entire base. We've just cut down the left half of the base. So while we're doing these redesigns, we can still get iron. We just have to make sure we grab it from the right. That's the only thing we cut from that buffer. And that just makes this whole segment a lot easier to visualize, which I think will be really, really good. And then we might be able to get this through, not there. But I want to route the oil a different way as well. Because if we get the oil from a different spot, like we could get it from here, kind of, not quite. We don't need this much coal. There we go. Yeah, we have enough coal going through with that one cut. We're not consuming a ton right now. There's probably a way to reconnect it as well, somehow. Yeah, we'll just accept that we only have half a belt of coal. That's good enough. All this does is power the occasional coal liquefaction. It's simple math. When in doubt, add more buffer chests and belts and other buffery stuff. Yes, it's very calculated. But yeah, we have it's very simple math that we definitely did. 100%. It is math and not just guessing. And now we have to clear the buffer, which is honestly not too bad, considering how large our inventory size is these days. Also, the even distribution makes it a lot easier. Wait, are these full? Yeah, it makes it mostly easier. It's not perfect. If you try to filter into a chest that's full, the even distribution doesn't work that great, but it does a pretty solid job. Better than the alternative of like manually moving one stack at a time, which I don't think is actually the alternative, but you know, maybe we'll pretend it is to give even distribution some extra bonus. Let's see, and then get rid of this coal. Actually, we don't need to get rid of the coal. Okay, so iron will come from this side. So yeah, it will basically look like this, and we'll copy this up. 3 times, and then there will be one more here, which will be a lot easier because this coal is also going to be moved way up to this top corner. So we won't have any of this mess in the center. Gosh, moving all of these buffers is gonna suck. We'll get it done, but yeah, it's gonna be rough. Okay, and then we have one more that we can send up here. And then for these, we can just filter out iron off from the corners. We won't, you know, maybe we should leave the corner. Actually, no, we won't leave the corner. We'll keep it as close to the edge as possible because that gives us a spaghetti room later for other things. So yeah, I think that's worth it, even if it's a bit slow to build initially. Although we have bots, can we? Is there any way to like copy this cleanly? Not like that. No, because it's not a straight diagonal. They have a weird shape, so we just have to do this manually. That's okay. We can live with that. We should... Do we need to leave soon? What's being damaged? We shouldn't be getting damaged. Okay, let's go... Well, let's see. This is the quickest way to get up. Okay, so which one's being hurt? This one obviously isn't. How are these taking damage? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as it's not super overwhelming. We do have repair packs in all the bases, so we can actually hold out even if they take damage. It's not like instant death like it used to be. Well, I guess it was never instant death, but it's not gradual death either. Because we can actually repair the things that are broken, which is really nice. I guess we'll keep this. We'll keep it tight, and then we'll turn it at the end, because I think that looks pretty cool. Because I like having this large gap here, because it's like potential future other buffer. Like maybe we could also do extra iron here. Yeah, we'll be fine. But this is nice. So this lets us buffer up to 6 belts per minute. No, this lets us buffer up to 6 belts and output up to 3 belts, which is plenty because we can only move up to 2 belts. So yeah, that's totally a decent way to do it. Fairly balanced. There is one problem though, and that problem is that we don't have enough steel chests, which we can get. I just don't remember where a steel buffer is. Let's see. We can take this steel. That would be good. And then craft these all into chests, and we still don't have enough steel chests. So let's do this. We have the output. We might as well use it. Or we have the extra iron. We might as well use that iron. Okay, steel chest, and then speed mod, I guess. I don't know what we're limited by, but this probably will. We didn't need to speed mod these. That one's for sure. Okay, that should work. And if we really wanted to, we could speed it up a little more, but we don't need to. I think this will be okay. I mean, it doesn't even need to be automated. We just need more steel production that actually goes into a chest. We could also probably take this steel, because we're going to need like 500 steel chests. We could do iron chests temporarily, but the problem with that is that once you use them, they're completely wasted. So, like, you can't repurpose them for anything because they don't really upgrade. Okay, so how do we do this? I think the easiest solution to clear this buffer is to hope that if we cut this off, we'll survive long enough. That we have enough coal to stay alive. Because what I want to do is actually swap all of these buffers and start outputting from the top. So that way I have this space for coal later. Well, we have to keep outputting down at the bottom until it backs up. But basically I want to clear this belt, and I want to be able to start the iron here, which means we need coal to output from the top, so that way we can delete these belts. Because we can't cut coal. That will cut all of our power, and that would be quite bad. That's true. Yeah, if we just hope it's fine, that also works. Don't plan for anything, just hope it's okay. The best solution. I'm great at planning. We can make these longer. Save some belt would be nice. We have a buffer on the power floor. But yeah, we could just make it larger. That would work pretty well. Anything that helps it run a little bit easier. Yeah, that should work. That'll help clear it a little bit, and then we can start clearing this. Now we can flip all these. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we actually have to finish this. At some point. And then I guess we'll add a splitter here, and I think we're not consuming enough coal yet. I don't think we're consuming enough coal, so I don't think this will be a problem. To only have like a full belt here. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't have had that buffer at the bottom. Well, I want most of the coal. If we lose plastic, that's fine. We have so much buffered plastic and buffered oil. So yeah, that should work. Ooh, I was not thinking about these. Do we actually have enough space here? We might need to... Okay, this might... I don't think this is perfect. I just realized my mistake. I cut the tile a little bit too close. So we might need to cut one row of buffers just so I can have a balancer here. Because right now I don't really have access to that. Basically, like, I don't have enough space to move these pipes around is what I'm going for. And I would like the pipes to not be there because that's a terrible spot for them. Like, I want to have more room to, like, make them clean. And that's a really easy fix. We can just cut 18 of our 128 chests. I think that would be okay. We can also put them elsewhere if we want. Okay, and then I really wish I could have these swap to the other side. Oh wait, this isn't the iron buffer, so this will probably be coal, if I had to guess. Yeah, so, or no, we'll make this one, we'll make this one copper, probably. Because I want iron to be over here, because if iron's over here, it's a lot easier to, like, turn the belts, because right now we would have to cross this and, like, go around, and that would be very confusing. So yeah, this will definitely be the coal buffer. Or copper buffer. And then how do we get the copper over here is another question that I have not fully asked yet. Well, I guess we can keep the same pattern of going as close to the bottom as possible. We can hold out for a little bit. So we should be okay if, as long as the biter attacks don't get too much stronger. Let's go the other way. It's a lot easier to go the other way with smart belting. It's still a bit difficult because this is a really weird shape. Wait, is it a consistent shape? Maybe I can mirror it. Oh gosh, I have no idea where though. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, well that helps. I think... We're going to have to, like... If I want this to work, we're going to have to awkwardly stagger the buffers. Because we can't filter out enough resources around the edges. Smart oval belt. Yeah, that would be a great mod. So yeah, the problem I just realized, the way we have this split, we need a total of 6 belts along the edges to be able to pass these through, I think. So we might... Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Wait, do I have this connected? Let's move it up 1 tile. Do we want to move it up 1 tile? I think we need to. Actually, no, let's do this instead. Let's move the oil up. That's I think that's easier. At least for now. Because I think having this belt on the bottom is definitely a little bit better. Hopefully. Is this the right one? No, it's not. What about this one? Yes, this one is correct. Okay, and then I just paste it here. So yeah, all this did was make it that we don't have to have this wide belt go as far, which I think is a little bit nicer. We'll see. Okay, so what did this accomplish? That's a good question. I don't actually know. Maybe it accomplished nothing. Okay, so our outpost is definitely taking some damage. That's okay. We might leave soon. I don't know. It seems to be holding out okay. I mean, we have repair packs, so it really doesn't matter that much. Hopefully. We'll fix these belts later. That's fine. They're a pretty easy fix. We just have to shift them. So yeah, we have copper going down here, copper going down here. So iron, we could send above, maybe. Rather than having to do this loop again, we could have the iron belt go through. That would probably be good. That will make this middle section rough, but as long as we use a bunch of undergrounds, I think we're okay. Because I really don't want like a 6 wide belt at the bottom that I have to pass stuff through. Also, how can I move the iron buffer? We could do this. This might work. Wait, what do I want to do? What am I trying to do? Oh wait, I'm trying to not pass it to this one, right? I'm trying to move all of the iron up to this top belt. So that way I can just decon it. Although it might have been easier to just do it by hand. We're just going to accept that we won't have a lot of production for a bit. Because that kind of happened. Like, if you have to redo the buffers, like, it's often easier to just delete things. Okay, one of these is taking too much damage. We need to go recover that. It's probably this one, because I can't imagine the other one is being attacked at all. We did build it really close to a base, so I mean that's on us. Let's see, how can we make it back? I guess. Oh wait. Oh no, the problem isn't the outpost, it's oil. I forgot we had oil here. Okay. Right. Yeah, I would have completely abandoned this, which would have been incredibly expensive. Because this is we have like a lot of beacons and speed modules here that we cannot afford to lose. Yeah. So let's just focus on the important stuff. We'll leave the rest behind, I think. Okay, now we can just head back and voila, there we go. Now we should be good. Oh no, they're attacking my robots. Hopefully my robots teleported with me. They did not. Okay, we almost lost some robots. We probably did lose some robots. Oh well, not a big deal. We just warped. Okay, perfect. And we are... I'm sorry, what? We are Red Science Limited? Oh, I remember how we used to get... That's how we got the stuff for Red Science? Oh, wait, what? Which belt does this need to go on? Huh. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so it looks like I used to... Oh, yeah. Right, I remember now. So I used to just have an inserter, which I think these are actually... Are these on the right side? They might be on the right side. But yeah, I used to just have an inserter grabbing copper. I hope this is the right side. We're going to assume it is. We are not going to double check. Okay, it looks correct. But yeah, we ran out of Red Science, which honestly is not a problem. Because we still will end up being very Purple Science limited. Like, it's mostly just an illusion, because this will recover way faster than these back up. Because we still have to produce like 1,000 Purple Science, which is an absurd amount. I do have an idea of how to reduce our cost, though. Actually, I don't want to do that. I only wanted the science back. So we're actually just going to beacon these to make these two run faster, and we are going to give them prod 2s just to reduce our costs as much as we can. Can we get more prod 2s? Because that would be great. We need red chips. Okay, I can get red chips. And then prod 2s, and then we need more prod 1s for this. Okay. So yeah, that should help. Because this is now a 30% production. Because we're not going to be research speed limited like at all here, especially if we have the beacons. So I really want to get as much productivity as I can out of this. We'll come back up when we get a little bit. We'll come back up after these are crafted. Let's go work on the buffer a little bit while we can. Okay, we're just gonna have to move these by hand, it looks like. Which I should not be surprised, I'm just sad. I was hoping that they would empty a lot faster. But I guess the way we designed it, we can't actually output a full belt. We can only output a quarter of most of a belt. They were supposed to have stack inserter outputs, we just forgot. Okay, we might just have to add more chests awkwardly like this. You know what? This will work. This will work. It's really weird, but this has enough space for us to clear the iron. So yeah, we'll go with that. I like it. It's unique. It's terrible, but it's unique. 4 blue inserters can fill a red belt. Maybe all the chests weren't full. Maybe that was the problem. So have we connected at the top? We have not. Okay. Yeah, it's unique. That's what we're going for. We're trying to make cool designs here. Not good designs. Those are overrated. Does this floor need poles? Like power poles? Yes, it's the basement floor that doesn't need the power poles. Maybe there's an upgrade for these, I'm not sure, but for now they still definitely need them. Okay. This looks fine. I think we're gonna have to actually stagger these up like here if we want to have them be the full 6. Which we can't actually fit them yet, which is unfortunate, but we can get close. I wonder if, nah, we can't belt weave. If we had blue belt, we could belt weave, but yellow belt weaving doesn't have the throughput, so that is unfortunate. Which means we need to get the iron from this side to go through like the middle, which I think is what we were expecting. Yeah, there's enough space for that, so that should not be a problem. It's gonna look a bit weird, but I think it'll be okay. Which means we don't need this middle row. We just need the power poles from it. Oh, I'll adjust this so people don't comment on that. There we go. I had to fix that redistribution there, but it was pretty low priority because I forgot about it. Okay, so these are a different resource, which means we do have to turn the belt at the end, but that is not a problem. What if we move this here? No, that's not enough space. We need it to at least be here. Is there enough space at this top? I don't think so. It doesn't go past the middle line, but maybe I should have gone with 4 wide. This ended up being a lot higher than I wanted it to be. Oh wait, what if I go through? I could pass these through this middle and that would be okay. I think that's actually the way to go. Let's just leave, I guess. Because that would let me put this a few tiles lower, which would actually make a pretty significant dent. I also have these way farther over than the other ones, which honestly, I guess I don't really have the space for. See, these pipes line up with these ones. So this is actually where they should be. Okay, maybe they will look like I have a lot more space if I place these here. Okay, it does look like I have a lot more space when they go, when they mirror the other side. Yeah. Okay, it's really looking like we're probably going to have to delete this outer layer. Like, I think I can accept, what, 6 rows of chests? I don't think I need 7, because it looks like things get a lot simpler. whenever we get 7. It looks, things are just so much nicer if we don't have this row. Yeah, I think I value this space a little bit more. It's cleanish now. We've redesigned it a lot. This is like our 4th time redoing the buffer because we have to redesign it every time we get an upgrade. That gives like a massive space improvement. We already recovered oil, right? Yeah. Okay, we're good to just leave. Okay, we'll fix those belts later. Yeah, this gives us so much more space to work with. And then maybe we can move this, and now we can move this down. Yeah, no, this will work. Yeah, this gives us a lot of space. We can get even more space if we move if we belt weave. Not belt weaving isn't the right word, but if we send these belts through the middle, like so. We do need to make sure we turn these because they will sideload, and these are actually different resources. So let's plan around it. It's just me. We're not playing like the expansion mod or anything though, which makes it a little easier. It's just the base game, and then I gave myself some starting robots. Let's see, a planet called Midnight. Your hands disappear before your eyes, and you are shrouded in darkness. Interesting. A dark planet. That sounds scary. Let's see, did we... I think we did mine a bunch of harvesters at some point and put them in a chest. Are we imagining that? I swear we've done this like 20 times, but I've never once found the chest where I put them in. So I'm not convinced I've actually done it at any point. Yeah, I don't think we've ever had it. Maybe in here? Nope. Yeah, no, I swear it's not real. We've never actually... Well, let's see, how's our oil? We don't need to mine oil. Actually, we don't need to mine anything. Yeah, we don't have a buffer system right now. Why would I waste... Why am I trying to go place drills when we can't put anything in a chest? Right. Yeah, that simplifies things a lot. Okay, and this is now our... This is our new iron buffer because we're so low on iron right now. And honestly, I think this is as much as we have, right? We have a little bit more than that. Okay. Well, then we'll add one more chest. Does this work? I think so. Oh yeah, we also have even distribution mod on, which is mostly nice, but not great when you're trying to clear your inventory just a little bit. That did not work, did it? No, it did not. We put that in the wrong spot. That's okay. That's an easy-ish fix. Okay, now it's correct, and then we're just gonna throw things in whichever chest they can get, because I want these deleted. That's really all this is about. I want this completely gone, and I want to use whatever last iron ore I have. Let's see, did I put stuff in a chest? Yes, this is my chest. We can copy this, move it up a tile. Okay, let's go see if we can shift this down by rerouting these, because I think that would look way nicer. I don't think we'll be able to perfectly mirror it, but we can probably stagger it a decent amount. Like maybe if it's staggered 2 tiles. We'll have one go under. So let's place it here. We'll have one go under, one go through here, and then one go through the middle here. That doesn't... Well, it does work. We can make this work. We can make this work. Okay. So what did this accomplish? Hopefully I did it right. I think so. We might have to... Yeah, we'll probably have to turn this one more like here to keep it in a straight line. Because we need space here to filter out the belts. Okay, I like this. This is a decent buffer. I really hate the circle shape. I should have just been pretending it's not an ellipse and then just ignored it completely. Just accepted that all this corner space would be wasted and just use this small square. But like that sacrifices half the area. I guess that's basically what I'm doing though. I guess I am kind of treating it not as a circle. There is a weird option. I could have the buffers going in like 3 different directions, but I really don't want to do that. Okay, so this is iron. This is copper. This also isn't connected to power, which is really annoying and blinky right now. So let's delete that. Also, I have no idea what happened here, but that's an easy fix. We just copy this one and paste it back up. Okay, needs more power poles. And then, okay, where are we at now? These are not connected. These are not filtered, but that's okay. This needs to be 1 tile over. So it doesn't need to be like perfect. We're splitting 3 outputs into 2. So we can do a compressor. Actually, no, we don't really need to do a compressor. We'll just do something really simple like this, except we can make it cleaner if we put this here instead. Then we can have this here, and then honestly, that's probably split enough, because this one is going to be split to the left, this one's going to be split to the right. I think that's fine for most purposes. As long as maybe if we have an input, oh, well then they don't empty evenly. No, I want one more. That'll help it empty a little bit more evenly. We could also try like an actual balancer, but nah, we don't need to do that. And then these underground. Okay, so this might work. It's a weird way to split it, but I think on average it will be okay. We could also have probably maybe done an actual balancer like here. It's just I have no idea how to do a 3-to-2 balancer. But yeah, it should be fine. We never really use all of the resources at full speed anyway, so it's probably fine. And then we have iron passing through here is what we decided. We just need to make sure we don't sideload here. So as long as it's not in this spot, we're good. Because if we sideload it here, we might make an infinite loop, and that would be bad. Okay, and then there's just... We'll just ignore the oil, pretend it's not here, and then kind of build around that. Because we're going to move all those belts, and those are a really easy fix. Okay, so that is a bit messy, but it does the job. Now let's connect these ones, which we did recently shift these over. But I think that's a really easy fix, right? Yeah, that's a really easy fix. Wait, do I have these going up or down? Hold up, I should probably check that before I connect everything. I have them going up for some reason. I think I originally had it going down, and then I changed my mind because I thought it would be better, and it turns out it makes absolutely no difference, which makes sense. Like, it's either going to have a gap here or a gap here, but it's effectively the same thing because it's the exact same tile width, pretty much the same belt pathing. One might be slightly cleaner, but honestly, it's not going to be a huge difference. And this one is a single belt of copper for now, so that should be easy enough to compress. Maybe I want this to be underground? Actually, no, I want them to go down. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll compress them at the bottom, because I think that'll look pretty clean. Then this doesn't need to be an underground, but honestly, I like it being an underground. It just looks nicer. And then we'll have random splitters and call it a balancer. Perfect. And we won't even have it prioritize. Well, we should prioritize the output side, right? Nah, it doesn't matter. We'll just have a single splitter and call it a balancer. Yeah, there we go. And then this is nice because it can just go straight up through here and then loop around like really cleanly. Okay. We'll probably regret this if we have to do a large amount of LDS, but at the moment, we are not using like even a full red belt of copper. And once this is upgraded to a blue belt, we still won't be using that. So yeah, I think at our current rate of science production relative to how fast we're building, we're okay. Oh, we also have to do this for nuclear power. Gosh, I wanted to actually start nuclear power today, and I was gonna plan to do it without Covarex enrichment, but honestly, we'll probably have that researched by the time we have anything built. Well, except we ran out of resources, so yeah. By the time we figure out how to build nuclear power, I'm sure we'll have Covarex done. Okay, so these all have outputs. These all have weird outputs as well. And then we need another buffer up top. So now that we have one built, we can actually kind of mirror it. The top ones are less important though. So if we need space, we can just cut them and make them like 5 wide or even 4 wide. Because honestly, this one doesn't even be this large. But the larger the buffer you have, the less often you have to refill it, and that's really nice. Which is why these are like, this is still like 2 or no, it's not 4 times. It's this is double the capacity of our previous buffer, which is pretty sizable increase. Okay, so how do we get rid of stone? I don't know what to do with these buffer systems at all. I think we just need to cut off our base and not produce anything for a while. So that way I can start deleting things without running out of like defenses. Because I want ammo to only go to defenses. Or whatever resources we have, I want to only be defenses. But I also don't really know how to do that very easily. Because there's so many random chests we have to move. Let's see. If we can figure out which one needs to be stone, like right now, that should help. And we can cut all of the like bypasses. These are definitely unnecessary now. We just need to make sure we don't cut. Actually, we can cut ammo belts because we don't have any of these outposts. Yeah. No, we can pretty much cut every belt now, I guess. Yeah, let's just bite the bullet. Let's cut everything. It's so hard to build stuff if you're trying to like keep some random stuff alive. Like it's just not worth it. Maybe we could, if we move this stone over to one side, that will let us work with this corner at least. That is something. Let's get rid of all of our junk and this random pile of chests. I have no idea why I placed so many chests. Yeah, I love moving thousands of resources around by hand. But yeah, once we have one half done, we'll be able to rotate it and mirror it pretty easily, I think. So as long as we have one half of the chest I think we'll be able to manage. Do we have enough space over here? There might not be enough. Ah, it automatically sent me through. There might not be enough chest space, which means we might have to actually move the chests themselves. Yeah, when the chests are not evenly full, even distribution is actually a bit of a rough mod. Oh, I could use the shortcut as well. That is an option. But it doesn't. That also causes other problems if they're things I don't want to get rid of, though. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, those will get built when I pass over there, but it's not like we're hurting for stone, so it's okay if it's stays like that for a while. Okay, so we'll filter out all of the iron and stuff to the left. We'll filter out iron to the right. Okay, so we can filter out a lot of stuff here. I really wish this was a little bit wider, actually. It should be fine. It's plenty wide. I just wish it was just a tiny bit wider. Okay, and then we can actually simplify this a lot. I'm thinking we might locally produce ammo, because all we're doing is using yellow ammo down here, right? So we can have like one assembling machine making ammo, and that probably is enough. And all that, it won't do a ton, but it allows us to, it frees up this belt, which I think is probably good, because this is a really awkward belt to have to route. And I don't want to have this belt because I want this space for nuclear stuff. Although we can also use this side, so maybe it doesn't actually matter. Let's see. Also, which half do we have iron on? Okay, we can actually move these to the iron buffers and it should be okay. Once again, we got to dump our chest inventory, then move everything. But this should ideally be the permanent buffer, so hopefully we don't have to move iron again. Maybe a little bit, but yeah, that should be fine. And I mean, by the time we have to move it again, we'll be completely out of iron and everything will be okay because we won't have any resources to move. Of the perfect system. Okay. Iron is connected. New copper. Oh gosh, how do we do new copper? Well, I guess we can move copper now, right? It is connected. It's gonna take a while because we had a lot of copper buffered, but it's something that needs to be done desperately. So we can delete this because we really need to get it moving. Actually, if we fill it from the other side, I think that'll be a bit more consistent. Yeah, because then the inserters won't move stuff as we build it. Yeah, let's definitely do the other side. Okay, perfect. One row at a time. Wish it was easier to walk through this. I mean, it's not difficult, but I wish it was a little bit easier. Oops. I accidentally took all of the copper out, which kind of caused some imbalances, but it'll fix itself soon enough. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Oh, I thought I saw that there was coal in there, and I started to panic, because if there's... Well, actually, I guess if coal is in the wrong spot... No, if coal is in the wrong spot, everything will break, because we no longer have a significant amount of steel smelting. So yeah, coal will pretty much never filter itself out from the copper belt. Why does it look like we don't have enough space? Is it just because none of these are completely full? Probably. Yeah, okay. None of these are completely full. Like, I was trying to figure out how 60s chests could not go into 108, and it's just because there's a bunch of partially filled ones. Wow, this is a lot of trips. Like, I did not realize it would take this long to transfer. But there isn't really another good way to do it. I mean, the other option is to transfer it via belt and then wait for... Well, let's see. This is about 20 minutes of a red belt. So, no, it's more. It's like an hour of a red belt running. So yeah, that's not really a better option. It is easier, but waiting for an hour isn't... probably won't be worth it in the end. Okay. I hope we have coal buffered on top, because that could be a problem. If we run out of coal for defenses, we do still have light oil. We do have a ton of crude, so I think we'll be okay. Okay, but we've finally finished deleting the copper buffer. Okay, so the only thing left is coal, and coal actually gets eaten like naturally, so it should last a while. I don't know what to do with this. What isn't used? Probably up here. I don't think these will cause a problem if they're in the way. Because I try to keep some iron down here that I know will never get used. Because I always want to have some backup in case I need to make some underground that like restarts my entire base. Because we've made that mistake before. Never have any leftover resources, and we basically had to restart the mod. We didn't fully restart the mod, but we lost like an hour of progress. Yeah, we have... Well, remember, we got the base size upgrade, so we got like 10 extra tiles to work with, so we had to redo the buffer again because of that. Also, we need to be able to filter out uranium, because I would like to do nuclear power. So yes, it is a new buffer, but it's not because I wasn't happy with the old one, it's just because we got a very sizable increase to our base size. That demanded an upgrade. Okay, yeah, this should work. And then, okay, I think I decided I could rotate it. Kind of. Especially if we delete stuff. So let's place it here, and then we'll manually delete the stuff at the top. No, wait, that's not gonna work. Let's copy it in parts instead, because this looks too messy to just try to copy in one go. Okay, how does this fit in the corner? I think it goes here. Then hopefully, yeah, that gives me like a frame of reference to work with. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I like that. And then uranium just goes in the middle. Okay, so we need to maybe if we start filtering stuff out right here, give us some idea of what goes where. So this one is copper. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Underground, underground, underground. Okay, so we filtered out the copper. We'll have, because these don't mirror perfectly, we might have to, well, I think it could mirror perfectly. It depends how we filter stuff, but we might set all of the splitters manually. Okay, bots are still building things. So sulfur, no, uranium's gonna be easy because it's gonna be the one unfiltered thing. Wait, why did I do this underground? Probably out of habit, because I got into a pattern. Okay, we could actually filter this out earlier, which would be a little bit nicer. Well, we still need the splitter, so it can't be that much earlier, but we could do probably here. Oh wait, if we do it earlier though, it's taller, so maybe that's not better. We could also filter out stuff in parts. So like we could have, wait, can we filter stuff out? I guess we could filter things out really awkwardly. Or you could like loop it. Would that be a good idea? Like snake it around? I feel like no. I'm gonna say no, that's not a good idea. But we have a lot more space here to work with than I'm pretending there is. And they also don't connect like that. Okay, those should work. And then we want a random balancer thingy. Random splitter. So this just makes it that they fill more evenly. And then we have this corner up here that's just kind of wasted. We could make the ammo here. We did want to make ammo. We could just do it here. It probably would get enough. Although it wouldn't really be able to work on buffers, which is kind of important. Okay, and then this is iron, so we can filter out iron here. So it's going to look very similar. Does that work? I'm not sure if that works. I feel like we don't have enough space here. Could be okay. We'll see. Iron, iron, iron. Underground, underground. And then straight. Actually, that does work. No, that works really nicely. And then let's not cut corners right now because I want it to be easy to visualize. Like we'll make this a little bit more space efficient right now just so I can visualize where all the belts go. And then we can clean them up a little bit later. That will be a lot easier than trying to stick to the corners like as I build it. Okay, perfect. And then can we filter out stuff like, we can also filter stuff out to the right. We don't necessarily have to do them all to the same direction. And I think we have enough space for that. It's like we can filter this out. We can filter something up to the top. We do need some undergrounds for that, but that's okay. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. So we can have, let's see, what will this be? This will probably be stone. So let's send stone up. I think we have it filtered the correct direction too. So stone goes up here, and then this top one. Okay, that looks weird, but I think honestly that's pretty clean. It uses a lot of space because then we're filtering like two directions at once. So it's like half the space requirement, which is pretty big. And actually, no, this stuff is gonna go to the other side, right? So this is mirroring this belt, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this is where I want to connect this stone then. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Because those go around the corners. Let's see. And then what else are we missing? Coal? Coal should be pretty easy. We didn't leave enough space here, so we could move these over and then do the same thing like we did here. Wait, and I think that's what we will do. Because it's really easy to just cut and paste this like 2 tiles to the left, right? We can make it that much farther. So that gives us space to filter out multiple resources. So we can use undergrounds. See, filter coal goes up. Okay, so that's 1. We do have this one as well, so let's add a gap there. Copy this, filter it up. Can this pass through? It can. Barely, but it can. And honestly, there's probably, if I did them the other way, it might have worked better, but this works good enough. And then this is a plain resource. Let's see, this one's filtered. This one's filtered down, so this needs to just pass under. And there we go. Okay, so this is a bit weird, but it does the job. Because it looks like iron is going to the correct spots. It looks like coal is filtered out. Everything is only getting one belt, right? That's the important thing. Everything only gets one belt for each splitter. Because we need to be able to filter out any resource at 3 belts at a time. And I think this does the job. And then now these connect very similarly to... Oh, wait, have we figured out how to get iron? No, these ones go through the middle. That's what we decided. These go through the middle. Kind of like the iron will. Okay, that gives us a decent amount of space. I think we're going to have to, like, snake uranium through. Or we might get a different direction to send things. Not really sure. Yo, what's up, Hal? How was your stream? We're redesigning our buffer for the bajillionth time. Because we have to redo the buffer every time we get an upgrade with this mod for, like, the base size. So that way we can filter out more resources. So we're redoing it yet again. This is probably the 5th redesign. But it gets larger and more balanced with every upgrade. So it's going pretty good. Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. We have to cut this. Okay, and now we're also in the annoying part of we have to clear out a bunch of coal. And just, I guess, dump stuff. So yeah, we're in this really awkward phase where we have buffers that haven't fully emptied, so we just have to manually move everything around for a bit, which is very slow because we keep our inventory pretty full, and also we're trying not to click super fast. Yeah, it's called Warptorio. So the gist of it is that you have to build really compactly because your base teleports and you leave the planet, but only a small platform teleports when you leave the planet. And then you can get upgrades to like different floors. That way you can have a bit more of a factory. But it started out with this small like 10 by 10-ish area. And that was all that came with you between planets. So you would either have to build off of it and delete it or build really small. We've gotten upgrades that just make things better. So we do have a lot more space to work with, but it's still fairly limited. So it's still like a challenge about building compactly and dealing with like low resource throughput. So it's pretty fun. I've really been enjoying it because I've never had to do either of those things before. So it's just a nice change of pace to the play style. And because of that, we also have to use like buffers because we can only ever get like 3 types of resources on a planet at a time. Maybe 4, depending on how much I wanted to do stuff manually. Why can I not line this up? Oh, because it goes way higher. And because of that, you basically have to overmine stuff for like 30 minutes. So that way you don't have to mine it on the next like 2 planets. Yeah, there's a mod that makes it harder, which a lot of people wanted me to do. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing the expansion mod. Like hard pass. But yeah, it's a really interesting idea. I'm also probably going to be making nuclear power for the first time, like ever, at some point, which is exciting. Because I've never really done it. Just never really had a point. Because when you're not limited, when you have infinite space, you just usually use solar panels or you just use steam power. Like, there's not much of a reason to go with nuclear power unless you're making like a mega base. And even then, that's when the solar power comes to play. There's like a weird intermediate phase where I find nuclear power super useful. But since space is a factor, nuclear power is extremely efficient in terms of buffer capacity and just overall space. We'll be putting that in the basement. That's fair. Nuclear power does sound much cooler. And it's not like useless, it's just I've never like been able to justify using it before, but I feel like we're actually going to use it, which is exciting. You know, we don't... Do we need to be able to buffer... How much uranium do I want to buffer? No, I think we're just going to have to accept that this buffer will actually be smaller than the bottom buffer, and that will give me more space to work with. Yeah, that'll be worth it. Okay, and then once again, we have to move stuff around because now we have stone we have to get rid of. Yeah, the buffer redesigning is probably one of the more tedious parts of the mod, just because if you have the resources, it just, like if you have the buffers filled like you would want them, it just means you have a lot of items to move around. These will probably stay here until the end of time. If I'm being honest, I don't think we'll ever move them back unless we have to do another redesign. On the bright side, we do have a fairly large inventory, so this isn't like miserable. It just takes a couple minutes. Okay, and now we can just delete all of this. It's so much easier to build when you don't have to plan around like stuff that you initially built. Because like when I was trying to keep the base running off of like the old design and build a new buffer around it, it was super hard to visualize. But now that the important buffers are empty, we can just straight up delete it, and it's just so nice. Hello, Bep. So what is SS2? Wait, is that System Shock? Is it that game? Why does this not work? Oh, because these filter up. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I figured it was probably either that, but I kind of read it as, what's that spaceship game? With the 13 in it. At first glance, I thought you wrote that, but then I saw the 2, and it was like, it is not that. Never mind. Okay, Space Jason 13. Yeah, that's what I was picturing initially. Okay, we are leaving the planet. And if anyone's wondering, if you are not on the platform, like some kind of warp platform, when it warps, you are abandoned, and there's this hole in the middle of the ground, and you are just left. It's really cool. If I remember, I might show in like 3 minutes, because it's fun. There's just like the black void showing you how you were left behind. Okay, so where does coal actually go? Oh, wait. All of these filters are the wrong direction. That's fine. It's easy to change these. It's just, I don't know why I thought I could just copy the filter perfectly. Okay, there's stone, and then this one is gonna be, I think that's what I decided coal would be. Let's assume this is coal. We'll double check before we mine anything. And that would be these 3, and then iron goes down. Okay. So this is actually supposed to be iron, and then logically speaking, that would mean stone is the last one, and then uranium just goes through. SS2 ends with an extremely gooful model of the protagonist telling the bad guy, nah, and shooting it. Then credits. Yeah, that does sound like a stupid horror movie twist. They're very anticlimactic, just trying to get a joke like there was no real threat all along. Let's see. Do these look right? Let's see. This has coal going. It's really weird because I needed to save space, but yeah, it's kind of hard to follow these, but I think that's right. We can also, if we put a filter here, we could at least protect our buffer. No, this is supposed to be stone. Okay, so this top one is stone. This one is coal. Okay, so I just swapped these. That's fine. Okay, and then this one is copper though. Okay, so that one I connected correctly. If I could send these through here, that might work. Maybe I'll decrease the size of the copper buffer by 25%, so that way I can pass iron through the middle. That would help a lot. Well, except then I would have to sort it here, so it wouldn't actually fix anything. The stupid horror movie twist is, oh my god, the bad guy escaped and became someone else. I guess they do always seem to escape, but honestly, that's not just stupid horror movie twist. That's just every horror movie twist. Not specific to the dumb ones. I was picturing like parody ones specifically. But yeah, I'm not too worried about System Shock isn't super high up on my list of stuff to play, so I'm not too worried about spoilers in general for that. Maybe once the remasters come out, if they're not already out. I really like the flamethrowers turrets. We finally got up an upgrade, so we have flamers, and those make it that we can hold out for like an extra half an hour on the planets before we start taking damage. We also have robots repairing stuff, which, as long as they don't die, yeah. Robot repairs also make it that we can hold out for about an hour each planet instead of 30 minutes. The only reason... Oh, wait, hold on. When was my last save? That's fine. Okay, maybe next thing I'll have to show that I was not standing off the platform like I thought. When's this one leave? Nah, we'll do it next time. There's like a full minute wait there. Nobody in their right mind would play this. Wait, this being System Shock or this being this mod? Because I would definitely agree with that second one. Okay, we need to clear these out somehow. Which actually is a lot easier than it looks. Yeah, no, this isn't too bad. Also, ooh, if we have ammo going out here, oh, that's a lot simpler. Hold up. If we have ammo going this way without a cap. Yeah, okay. That makes it so much easier to move ammo. Why can't this output to both sides? What the heck? Okay, never mind. We're going to do a chest and then go this way because I think that'll help respond to bursts. You like this mod? You're suffering for us. Did we immediately click the warp button on the next planet? No. Oh, did I reload? I don't understand what just happened. But it seems fine. I don't know. I'm... No, we didn't... No, there's no way we immediately clicked the warp button because we... It would have taken a long time. Oh, this is a nice planet. I hope we get our buffer up soon because this would be a good planet to stay on for a bit. But we have to finish the buffer like ASAP if that's an option. Okay, so we can pass iron through here. We can delete these. Okay, so hear me out. If we don't worry about uranium yet, we can start mining stuff a lot sooner. So that's actually not too much of a problem. Because I would like to start being able to get resources again. Okay, so this is stone. Okay, and then stone is very low throughput, so we only need a single belt. Honestly, we only need a single yellow belt. We don't even need a single red belt. Oh yeah, if anyone's wondering why that keeps happening, you don't have to press a button to walk through floors. You just walk into them, which is really easy to do when you're extra fast. So we have a lot of instances where we just walk through the other base accidentally. It's honestly really annoying. We're getting used to it, but it's one of the more rough things about this mod. Like, if I could change anything, that would be pretty high up there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we should still have oil going to our outposts. We do need ammo, which we kind of have space for. Nope. Okay, let's take off bots because we need to choose which ones get fed. And we need the ammo belt first before we can actually use these. So let's send an ammo belt over. Is there enough space here? Yes. Sure, that works. We'll clean this up. It's just we need to start refilling our outpost, so we had to kind of cut corners right now with cleanliness. And as long as we keep it as a yellow belt, it'll be really easy to tell which one needs to be changed. But yeah, since we just wanted something functional to start refilling our outposts here, we just had to just go straight through. But yeah, we should be okay. And then we have to start moving coal around. So once again, we're emptying our inventory. As intended, that's how you're supposed to play Factorio. Factorio is really just tossing stuff in a chest. Fortunately, the whole mod isn't like this. It's just the specific instances where you have to redo buffers full of like 50,000 entities or 50,000 resources. Like usually it's not. Usually you don't have to do that. Petroleum doesn't... Does petroleum go there? Oh, we don't need these anymore. That will help. Are these filtered? How do I not have two belts here? Ah, whatever. Where did I leave my stuff? Okay, perfect. Okay, so coal, I think, honestly, this is probably okay. And then we can delete that. It's a lot easier if we change which belt coal connects to. So we can probably connect it to this edge one, right? Yes, but we will have to decrease the size of the buffer at the bottom. But that's okay. Let's just, as long as we remember this, as long as we remember this is side loading here before we connect oil, we'll be okay. But at the moment, this would actually cause a lot of problems, and we don't want to leave it like that forever, because that would be really bad. Actually, no, let's delete it now, because we won't have enough power if it's completely side loaded. Okay, should be fixed. Okay, so now this isn't really balanced. It's balanced enough, I guess. Yeah, it does the job. And now we need to get this coal over here. We'll clean this middle part earlier, or we'll clean this middle part later. I'm just not quite sure how I want to deal with uranium yet. And once we have uranium, we won't really be sending that much coal through the middle, so we'll also have more space to work with. So it's like this weird, we're in this weird middle ground right now where we need to keep some like old systems working, but not that well. They just need to kind of exist. Okay, and then what are we missing? Copper. Coal is not connected to the other side. Okay, so coal has to pass through here. That is not right. Thank you, Smart Belts. You are very, very smart and definitely never cause problems. Okay, we're good now. We ran out of belts, which is unfortunate. But I think we have like 5,000 upstairs, so we should be good. Yeah, and that's why I was trying really hard to keep the base running while we were doing this. Because the last thing I wanted to do was have like 90% of a buffer built and then run out of all resources and not be able to have it work. So I tried really hard to keep as much of the buffer running while we were building this as we could. Which I did make it take longer, but it also made it less risky. So I think it was worth it. Okay, do we just yellow it and hope it's connected? Well, I know these aren't connected, so we can assume these are not. But they should be an easy fix. Let's see. This is a weird... Okay, I think I see it. It's weird, but this does work. Yeah, okay, I like that. And then... I swear we'll clean this up, probably. There's like a 90% chance we'll clean this up. No, that's a lie. There's like a 90% chance we won't clean it up. But that means there's a chance. These don't actually work. So should we manually set up one? Yeah, let's just not mine coal. I think that's the easiest solution right now. Also, what is this? This is uranium. This is uranium. Okay, these 3 unconnected ones are uranium. I see places we can loop uranium. Oh god, uranium is gonna suck, but we can do it. Okay, I think everything's functional. Let's just go connect a resource and hope nothing breaks. Oh, and I can show one of the coolest parts of the mod. These are the mining platforms, which we will have to redesign, because currently we don't have a way to get oil to them. Or not oil, sulfuric acid. It's going to be super easy, though. Like, out of all the things I've done today, redesigning that to use pipes is not going to be a problem. But we need to be able to mine it. Mine new resources. Oh, that is a good uranium patch. I really wish we could mine it right now. There is a chance we could. If we set up a really, really bad temporary uranium buffer, we could start mining uranium. And do we need oil? Don't know. I don't think we need oil. Now we're good on oil. We're good on oil. Yeah, buffers are important because you don't necessarily get every resource, every planet. So that's why we have like, how many was this? Oh, well, it's out of range now. I want to say it was about 100 tanks, maybe like 60. And the reason it's so excessive is because I only want to have to get oil like every like 10 planets or every 5 or 10 planets, because sometimes it's not going to be a good patch, or sometimes it might not exist at all. Because some planets have really high resources, some of them are like extremely terrible, and some of them have nothing. There are planets with literally nothing but water. So we basically always have to plan around something being missing, hence the excessive buffers. Because you need to be able to last probably, like, ideally a couple hours. Like, it basically, I hope that wasn't important. You have to be able to last basically the whole stream with, like, one buffer worth of resources. Okay, and then coal. Okay, coal is also important. We have a ton of copper because we use copper at a rate of like 20% of what we use iron at, which is like nothing. We still need to make landmines. We realized, we said the other day that they're extremely trivial to do, but we're also incredibly lazy, so we haven't set them up yet. But landmines are great for clearing bases real quick. Okay, moment of truth. Did this work? Oh god, I hope it worked. This doesn't have a balancer. Balancer. I call this a balancer, but really it's just like a completely random splitter that makes it that they fill a little bit more evenly. Okay. It's kind of... Oh yeah, landmines are incredibly useful. They're very heavily used in speedrunning because people realized how overpowered they are. Not just for defense, but also for pushing bases. I just keep forgetting to set them up. Oh my gosh, it's... Well, if I... this doesn't have enough iron. Okay, so let's do another assembly machine here for steel, I guess. And then... Look at that. We have some great landmine production. It works. This can only have one thing, right? Yeah, this can only have explosives. Look at that. We have landmines. Initially, this won't be much, but we only need to use landmines once every, like, hour. So once this has a buffer, this will be fine. At the moment, they're not super usable. I think we're steel limited, right? Actually, we might... Wait, is it a 1-to-1 ratio? It's close, actually. It's close to a 1-to-1 ratio. I'll put speed mods in just in case. Okay, let's go back to the buffer. Let's see if it's working. So we should be getting iron. That's nice. We have not connected the left half, but that's fine. We have connected at least one of them. Can we... Let's see. That works. If we extend this, it's a lot easier to route this one too. Yeah, okay, that looks good. We do need to do this weird loop here because we don't want to delete that oil. That is important. Not sure if you're still working on it, but the coal buff... Oh yeah, it's missing a lot. Fortunately, we don't need a ton of coal yet. I just wanted to get something set up. But yeah, I guess we don't have any coal. Like nothing... We don't have a single entire chain. That's okay. I do have an idea. We're just going to cut this section. We're going to cut most of all of them. So that way we can get the important ones working. We'll place them back eventually. What's AI? I don't know what that one is. Well, so the thing is, if you use stuff like that in a mod like this, it defeats the whole point of the mod. It's like, yeah, warehouses would probably be really good, but if you make the buffers easier to use and like storage better, that's kind of like half the challenge of the mod, right? So they would work really well, but I feel like that kind of makes it less useful to just, or just gives less reason to play the mod at all. But yeah, they would be really nice. Really nice. Okay, let's see. Do we have enough for that? Yeah, that should work. Okay. So it looks like we have an almost functional base. Keyword is almost because we didn't actually connect the copper apparently. Okay. Now for the fun part. How do we get sulfuric acid? Okay, so we have two options here. And I think the easiest is to locally produce sulfuric acid because we have crude oil, right? Like it makes sense to have all the oil products produced at once, but there's a lot of oil products. But we have water on this planet, or not planet, but we have water in this section, and we have crude, and we have iron ore. So I'm thinking we make sulfuric acid here to power the miners. Especially since we have electric furnaces. So just like some smelting at the bottom. I don't know how much we need, but this probably is fine. We can always speed mod them later. I don't really know how much uranium I'll be mining, so I don't know how much sulfur I really need. Oh wait, right. This isn't the order I do it. Um, we'll figure it out. There's enough space here. There's also some space over here we could use, but I think we can fit it here if we try really hard. Actually, we should do this so that way we can grab from two belts just in case. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's decent. And then sulfur. So we have water. Ooh, it's actually a lot harder to get water down here than I thought. Oh wait, hold up. I see a line. I see a line we could use. Do I see a line we can use? I need more space. The lube needs to go over one more tile for this to work. So I don't quite have something. If I go through here, maybe? This does block this belt. There is a good chance I don't need that pipe ever. So can this reach across? Almost. It can almost reach across, which means we can just do another underground and it's okay. Okay, that's decent. If we kept on like the outsides rather than the insides, I think we probably could have redesigned this too. But yeah, this will work, right? There's water here. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. And then petroleum is really easy to get. Yeah, we have the space. We have speed mods. We'll be okay. Please be the correct side, though. I really hope this is the correct side. It's not. Okay. That means we need to rotate it. So you probably stagger it, too. Yeah. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. By any means. It just... those are the face in the wrong direction. Just a little bit less clean than I would like. But that's okay, because we never have to see down here. This is just a place we go to get the miners. And then we just ignore it forever. So, like, we don't want it to be terrible, but honestly, it doesn't need to be good at all. Let's just go around. Okay, I like that. Oh, honestly, that works pretty good. And then sulfuric acid. Yep, not the worst thing I've ever made. Yeah, I like it. Okay, speed mods, because we have them, it doesn't really matter. It'll be okay. Okay, and then now we have to use the sulfur, so that's fun. Throughput wise, well, these are only working this fast because they're backed up. I think normally, yeah, normally this has enough input. It's just because it's backed up. But I don't know. Yeah, we'll leave it. Okay, and now we have to get this sulfur to this side and this side. Actually, Okay, so normally I want to make it that you can use either one. But the thing is, if we don't have that flexibility, it's really easy to design, and I think that might be worth it. Like, I really like the idea of it being much cleaner, but we can only mine uranium from one half. But, like, we don't need a ton of uranium. That's kind of the whole point of why we're trying to switch to nuclear fuel. And because we don't need a ton of uranium, we can cut some corners and not have as many belts moving uranium around, which I really like. Okay, that's not how I wanted to clear the buffers. Okay, once again, we're manually moving stuff around, which we won't have to do for long though. This is probably the last time, because I don't think there's anything else we need to mine ever. So like there are some things we could clean up a little bit, but we don't really need like a massive redo. I think the buffer sizes are good enough here. We might simplify the output. Maybe like if we really need it, we can move like some iron to be stored here if we decide the ratio we have is bad. But honestly, I think this is fine. This will run for, I think this could run for like 2 or 3 hours. No, probably about 2 hours if the buffers are full and like fairly even, which is plenty. But yeah, let's just plan for the left to be uranium. Just always, the left will be uranium, and that's it. And then I want to start mining it now. So I could do a buffer up here. I might do that. I mean, I know I just said I don't want to make another buffer, but we need one for uranium if we want to start using it. And we could make a very lazy one, which goes like this, which honestly will work fine. It's not going to be super balanced, but it can output enough. Like, you don't use a ton of uranium. Like, that's kind of the whole reason I want to switch to it. Very, very high density for both the inputs and the outputs. Or for both the power and non-power. So yeah, this is my idea for uranium. This needs to be like 1 tile over. This almost worked perfectly. There we go. Okay, so this will be uranium. And then this will be uranium. And then that can go there. Perfect. Look at this beautiful buffer that can output a single red belt. And then we'll do it. We'll make it even better. Is better the right word? I don't think better is the right word. We'll make it different. There we go. Look at this. Now it's now it can hold even more. And voila. It's functional. And probably enough. It feels really bad, like compared to all the other buffers we just made. And I've said buffers so many times today, or just since playing Factorio. But that's like 90% of the that's 90% of the mod, so it's hard to avoid it. Storage systems. There we go. That's better. But yeah, that's basically the whole mod. So it's hard to get around saying it like every few minutes. Okay, we do need more steel. Which hopefully, ooh, we don't have any. Ooh, we don't have any. There might be some down here. There's usually steel down here I can take. Yeah, plenty of steel. Okay, now we're iron limited. Perfect. 1 bottleneck straight into another. Oops, all bottlenecks. Okay, got some iron. Okay, I'm glad that we can delete these so we can... I want to clean up this part of the base, but this part just got a upgrade fairly recently too. So it's hard to keep everything upgraded when you keep getting base expansions. Which is a good problem to have though. Okay, we can make this work here, right? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now we can start buffering sulfur. Is this input? Oh, this is output limited though. Oh, I guess yellow inserters are just really bad. That makes sense. I have an idea. That's not my idea. Never mind. My idea was to buffer iron plates down here. So that way, if I run out of like ore, I can still get uranium because I have a separate set of iron plates going towards the sulfur. But I think that's not that frequent of a problem, so it should be fine. Especially if I continuously mine iron. Yeah, we'll be okay. We cannot walk through chests. I thought you could walk through steel chests. Can you not? Can you walk through iron chests? No? Huh. Yeah, no, I always thought there was a gap there that you could walk through. Okay, so we have sulfur. What are we limited by for our sulfur, actually? That's kind of important. Oh, darn it. That fools me every time. I don't like how you automatically walk through it. It mostly is a problem when I'm trying to recover something, though. So, and I am getting used to it. And I would probably be equally annoyed if that wasn't how it worked. Average squeak through enjoyer. Oh, that mod's good. I've only played, I've never just installed the mod. It's in like every mod pack, I feel like it's in every large mod pack. But like, I've never installed it standalone. But yeah, it's a good mod. Okay, so this needs to be deleted. Okay. So we need to connect sulfur somehow. Okay, so we can do an underground here. That would work. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Immediately thinking this sucks. Okay, there we go. There's one sulfur connected. Cool. We're halfway there, kind of. Not really. We can move this down. Maybe get that. Oh yeah, no, that's nice. Okay. That works. We haven't powered the other half. That's unfortunate. I don't know how to power this one. Maybe we can just accept that we'll have one less miner on the left side. Because we can make things a lot simpler if we cut some corners. We can move this and move where these are powered from. That would help. Yeah, this mod is really just a whole bunch of corner cutting to try to make things more tolerable. Let's change where we have to change where this outputs. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, actually, no, it's not necessarily a problem. But now this can't fill as fast, so this needs to be a stack inserter to make up for that. Yeah, it feels weird using stack inserter there, but if we're decreasing the throughput here, we need to make it higher. We could buffer ammo here as well. I don't know if that would be better. It might be better for latency. We'll see. It depends where I want ammo to come from. But the whole point is while it's docked, it needs to be able to get a lot of its ammo recovered over a short time. Okay, well, most of them are connected to sulfuric acid. The only things we haven't connected, there's like 6 miners over here, which I don't think we'll be able to get. We could, if we could put a gap in one of these, we might, oh, wait, we might be able to get sulfur from this edge. Same down here. Oh wait, no, we can't get sulfur from this edge because then we don't have any ammo chest and that would be bad. We could switch the ammo chest to be here, right? Yeah, okay, that's an option. Then we can keep the 2 ammo chests because it doesn't really matter what side of the belt it's on. This is a little bit less defended, but it's still defended enough, I think. So yeah, this is roughly the same concept as our old ammo belts, but it doesn't block the corner. And I really do want the ammo belts to be multiple. I want them to be just that. I want them to be ammo belts. Because if they get destroyed, we don't have replenishing ammo. Not that they've been destroyed yet, but I really do not want to risk it. Okay, 1 row, perfect. Okay, so these are all getting fuel. So we freed up this corner. You can connect it to the back of the miner? I thought it was only the sides. Although that doesn't simplify it that much, but it does give us a little bit more freedom to connect those weird ones on the left. Okay, let's go through the bottom. But yeah, it's been a while since I mined uranium. The most I really do with uranium is getting ammo. I like nuclear ammo. It's really good. I mean, lasers are also good, but I find nuclear bullets just are very satisfying compared to like lasers and flamers. Actually, no, they're not satisfying compared to flamers. Nothing beats flamers. Okay, so If we could stagger these one tile, which I think we have that possibility. Not quite. Side balancing is bad. If we side load it here. Okay, so there isn't a great way to unstagger these. Unstagger, yeah, that's a word. Can we rotate this? Ooh, okay, there we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so that connects that entire grid. I like that. Is this connected to sulfur? Yes, yes. These are not connected. Okay. We can move these around with some medium electric poles. I think we can make this work. Maybe. Maybe I don't see a line here. Ooh, I thought I saw something. I definitely did not see how to make this work. Can I stagger these? Is that an option? Like if I move all of these one tile to the left, to the right. I think I can do that actually. Yeah, no, I can stagger them. Did not mean to delete them though. Okay, so these can be staggered. And now we can connect this sulfur through there, which I really like. And then now we can just go straight down. Very, very cleanly. I like that. Okay, this is hard to walk through now, but I think that's a price worth paying. See, do they all have outputs? Yes, they do. They do not all have power, though. Okay, we don't actually have the sulfur connected. Okay, so we could call it good, or we can move this one tile over and then not be lazy. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, storage chest. We need the bots here, which it looks like we've lost a lot of them. Repair packs. Replacement flamer. Replacement gun turret. Let's see. I mean, that's mostly what it needs. Maybe some pipes and some undergrounds. Okay, so the whole reason I did that is so I can move this one tile to the left and make these on the same grid as the one below it. So let's replace these since we will need to repower them, and voila. Thank you for that tip, by the way. That makes this a lot easier. Never would have tried it. But yeah, I wasn't expecting, I mean, I was never really expecting to have to do sulfur uranium because I was just going to skip it. But yeah, nuclear power sounded fun. And I want to learn. I've never actually built it. My friend built it and I was in his world once, like 3 years ago. That's the closest I've ever come to doing nuclear power. Oh no, I disconnected it. It goes there, I think. Okay, cool. Now I need some more pipes. Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, look at that. Look at that. First uranium. First uranium. Oh gosh, please tell me I did it right. Let's see if it goes to the right spot. There we go. We'll send half of the middle one up and then half of the middle one down. It should be okay. There we go. Oh, that's nice. We have uranium. We're not doing anything with it, but we have it. Yeah, this is the tricky part. Oh wait, we can't actually mine copper coal from the right side yet, can we? We didn't fully hook it up. Wait. What did we hook up then? What is this belt? This belt is literally nothing. We hooked up 2/3 of coal, apparently. I mean, this should be okay. Yeah, we can make this work, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can still hook everything up. It's a bit weird, but it works. It's functional. That's really all you can ask for. That's my only requirement most of the time. Looking pretty is nice too, though. But yeah, I'll settle for functional and ugly. Or just temporary. Temporary and working is also good. Okay. I have to take a very short break. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm going to pause it though because we might actually be overwhelmed. If it was earlier in the planet clock, it would be fine to leave it running, but we'll die pretty soon. Hello. Okay, so there's no shot we're getting your nuclear power today. But we can set up the automation for the things we need to make nuclear power. Because I kind of realized a problem. we don't we don't have concrete or like anything anywhere. So we don't have the ability to make a centrifuge or bulk heat pipes or what else? Or the nuclear reactors. We don't have materials for any of this stuff. Although, fortunately, we only need like 8 nuclear reactors, but that's still 4,000 more concrete and 4,000 more steel than we have. But at least we have the uranium. I wanted to make sure I at least got these hooked up with uranium, uranium buffering stuff, and then we'll send it to the basement. Maybe we'll process it up here. I'm not really sure. What else do we need? We need heat pipes, which are pretty easy. Heat exchangers, also pretty easy. Honestly, just electric furnaces in general make this a lot easier to do. I also just realized we don't have the ability to get iron from the left half. Should be easy to hook up. I mean, we've been pretty... We don't like have to be careful about it, but we do generally get most of our iron from one side. So I don't think that'll be a problem. Wait, how do we do this? I do see a line. It's a weird line, but I do see one. Okay, and then the last iron belt can go through here. Yeah, that works. Okay, so now we can get coal and iron from both sides. So if we ever need to mine like 6 belts of iron at once, we can. Which honestly isn't a terribly unreasonable thing to do. Admittedly. Okay, so sulfur seems good. I can't tell if we have enough oil production. If we have enough sulfuric production. I mean, it will probably buffer between planets, so we probably have plenty with like it filling and emptying, but we could speed it up if we really need to with really, we're sulfur limited. Huh. I wouldn't have expected that. But we can do this and get a little bit more. And if we're sulfur limited, we can actually do this. Get some more without any loss in production, just free resources. I mean, it uses extra power, but effectively just free. Okay, this is good. Yeah, I like this new place for the ammo belt, just taking from this chest directly. Let's see, why is ammo so sparse? Oh, probably because we removed the buffer and just placed like bajillion ammo. Yeah, that would do it. This isn't getting any plates for some reason. Oh, I guess if military is running, these just don't get plates. Oh, it's because we have a prio. Oh, wait, where does this go? Right. Oh, yep, okay. That would do it. That would definitely be a source of an iron shortage. We have a lot of turbines now, which may be a bit too many. We're probably good. We made like what, 400? And currently we're using them as 1.8 megawatt steam engines to make this section like 30% more compact. But we are not using them as steam turbines yet. And once they're used as steam turbines, I need 1/3 as many, so we're good. We can probably cut that assembly machine. Maybe we can replace it with a different assembler as well. Like we can have it start making the heat exchangers would be good, or the heat pumps, pipes. Yeah, okay, this could definitely make heat exchangers now. So I think copper is fully automated. It's just slow. Yeah, we can speed it up though, right? Not really, but kind of. We could add one more, which I think we will do. Yeah, we can make that work. Yeah, okay. We will need a red belt for this, but we can We can take this, and we can sideload it. Not like that, not like that. Not like this. Okay, there we go. And then this is still, well, we don't have as many speed mods as we would like, but yeah, that'll work. We do need the output. And that gives us a little bit more to work with here. We don't have steel. I mean, we have steel, we just don't have it inputting. Yeah, this is really not much, but by the time we figure out concrete and all the other things we need for nuclear power, we should have plenty. And I mean, how many of these do we really need, right? These are 10 megawatts each, so I'm thinking we'll probably aim for like 300 megawatts. So yeah, we only need 30 of these. Yeah, we're good. And then what about the heat pipes? Those also use copper and steel. Okay. Honestly, yeah, let's just never mind. There's not enough space. I was gonna produce it here, is what I was gonna say, but we do not have enough space for that at all. Actually, we do. Hold up, we do. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I see it. I see it. Is this a good idea? No, definitely not. But it will work. I don't actually know if we have enough iron for this. I think these are backed up, but if not, we can put a beacon somewhere. Then we can fill this in right next to it, I guess. Oh gosh, can we move this? Can we move this? Oh yeah, that will help. Okay, that gives us a lot more space. So now we can have this here. And then if we want, we might be able to move this over one tile. Especially if we make this an underground and move it. Yeah, we can make that. We can make this work. Okay, this actually is not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. Okay, so all of this is to get steel production down here. Just a very small amount of steel production. And then I guess I'll do something awkward like this, and then have this go under here. I like it. Not really, but I kind of like it. It's pretty. It's interesting. It's an interesting design. Okay, and now we can do some belt weaving over here. Actually, we don't need to do belt weaving. We just need an assembly machine here. Okay, we need a little bit of belt weaving because this can't be here. There we go. Oh, wait, what? Smart belt changed that? Really? Interesting. Okay. That should work. We accidentally rotated that belt, which is not good. Okay, we have to manually build this because Smart Belt will take over, and it did not like that design. Which is fair. It should not like that design. It's terrible. Can we move this down a tile? Yes. If we move it down a tile, we can add an output to it. This needs to be a medium pull, so that way it powers the inserters here. Okay, so now we can get a heat exchanger, and this needs an underground to pass through. Look at that, fully automated heat exchanger production. Wait, no, we don't have an output yet, damn it. Can we move this? Look at that, fully automated heat exchangers. Yeah, it's probably a bit slow, but we have plenty of time to figure out what we're doing. I hope we have enough iron for this. I think we do. I mean, yeah, it'll be fine. I don't know how many heat pipes we need. Probably roughly the same as everything else. Okay, and then the last thing we're missing is two things, right? We need, oh god, we need a nuclear reactor. Uh, those don't need to be automated, but we need to buffer the resources for them, which is a lot of resources that we do not have. Did I buffer the correct side? I think I did. Okay, let's just cryo it, and we'll just buffer as many red chips as we can. And hope we're okay, because I think we're actually good. Yeah, because we're not producing a ton of anything right now because we're limited by purple science, which is limited by availability of steel. That makes sense because of all of this going on. We're steel limited. And then I do not see them. Where are centrifuges? These are centrifuges? Okay. Concrete. How do we make concrete? Not like how I know how to make concrete. It's an easy recipe, but like how do we fit it here? um the basement maybe? I mean, we already built one thing. We could do concrete. Actually, this is not a bad spot for concrete. I was kind of joking when I said the basement, but this is a really good spot for it. Well, except, well, we have the bricks and we can get the iron. It's a weird way to get iron, but there we go. Look at that. Iron. And we have water and we have bricks. And I have no idea what we're going to be limited by. I really like electric furnaces for whatever monstrosities we're creating. Furnaces are great for that. Okay, perfect. What's the ratio? I could probably measure it pretty easily. Or you could just use speed mods until the ratio is good. That's another option. It's not a terrible option either. Okay. This is incredibly slow. I don't know why I thought this would be any faster. Okay, so these produce how many bricks a minute without a speed mod? Crafting speed 2? Or it should be 1.2, right? 1.2 per. 1.2 per second for me. So that's 2.4 per second. This uses 5 per 10 seconds. So this can do 4. I could potentially do 4 here. That's definitely better. Okay, I could do, oh, no, wait, hold up. I see something. Okay, 1, 2, 3. If I move it one tile over, can I fit another? No, but I can have a gap here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, you know, we're just going to settle for 3 because I don't want to try to fit 4, even though it would be fine. And then we can do water, and then iron comes from the bottom. And then they can output just into their own chests. Because we need to produce like 5,000 concrete, which with 3 assemblers will take way too long. This could not be our final concrete production. Yeah, no, this will not be enough. We could do this. There we go. Now I have slightly more. I think these have enough throughput because they are like stack size 4. Oh yeah, that's plenty of throughput. And then I think this is making enough bricks. Mostly. Okay, so I said we needed 4,000 concrete, right? That's to get the full-size power plant, though. And we don't need a full-size power plant immediately. So we can start with like one corner, I guess. We could just start centrifuging instead. So to start centrifuging, we only need... I don't know if that's a word. I'm pretty sure I'm fairly confident that's not a verb. But it could be a verb. But yeah, I feel like it's not an actual verb. You can't just say centrifuging something. But let's see, can we get... we need a steel buffer. I think I want to move it down here. If anyone knows, I am actually just genuinely curious. This works. And we could get a beacon here if we wanted. Don't think we need it, but we could beacon these. Yeah, we'll just speed mod them. Okay, this is nothing. This is no steel at all. Okay, I'm realizing now we probably should have planned for nuclear power a long time ago, rather than, or at least looked at the resources before we started this run. Actually, no, hold up. That wouldn't have changed anything. These don't have ammo. No wonder why they died. But yeah, I was thinking we need to, we should have been looking at the requirements for nuclear fuel ahead of time, so that way we could have buffered resources. But since we didn't have chests, we wouldn't have been able to mine anyway, so it actually wouldn't have made a difference. So I guess we're okay. I mean, it would be nice to have like 4,000 steel buffered, but I mean, it's not the end of the world that we don't. We also probably turned a lot of it into landmines, huh? Yeah. Okay, we can take care of those pretty easily. Don't know what to do with these steam engines. We also have a bunch of junk I don't need. What else? We can filter this out to the bottom. All the ores and stuff can go down to the basement. Although we've just been kind of tossing stuff in these chests and they're about to fill up. So we kind of need to actually filter these storage chests at some point. But that's a future me problem. Why would we ever use foresight when we can just regret it later? That seems to be our solution to everything. Okay, speakers are good. Let's not carry slightly over 1 stack of construction robots. That seems silly. Let's see, the car is good. Do we need medium poles? Well, wait, do I need medium poles or substations? I feel like I should probably use substations if I'm going to be using nuclear power. Oh, wait, never mind. We don't need any power poles at all because we have a magical floor that does whatever we want. Okay, these are not producing. I don't think I ever actually hooked these up. Yeah. So that's why I never got prod 3s. That makes sense now. I thought it was because they just never had red chips or anything, but apparently it's because I never built them. Or I sideloaded it with sulfur like a long time ago and never fixed it. But I never noticed because we have always been red chip limited. Like up to this point, we never had red chips going through. Okay, we have 1,000. That is enough for 2 nuclear reactors. Jeez. I really wish we had more of these. Okay, we can probably do the centrifuge. And then we have to make another chest in the basement. We have to figure out how we're going to do Covarex, so that's going to be a mess. I think if you don't need it to be perfect, Covarex not too bad as long as you just accept that. Like if you don't use logistic bots, as long as you saturate the belt, I think it's pretty easy. Filter long inserters would be really nice, but those don't exist. Well, not without mods. But I think, yeah, we can definitely make something work. I mean, we have to do it down here, but this can be moved up. These can all go to the sides. Also, these will mostly be deleted. I think we'll keep one as like an emergency and still have some coal power. So that way, if we ever do run out of fuel, if we ever run out of uranium power, we at least still have steam power. Like, I don't want to fully convert, but I'll be able to keep like just one corner that's this stuff, which leaves another corner for. Actually, we'll probably have the centrifuge stuff right here because we have more than enough oil production. So yeah, I'll probably just move these up to the corner and try to fit some kind of centrifuging here. And then we'll have buffers in the middle along with nuclear reactors probably on each side. Not sure how large they'll be, but I'm hoping we'll at least be able to get like twice the power. I don't know how much more dense it is, to be fair. I've never really used it, but that's my goal. To try to get a little bit extra power. We also might have the concrete. Yeah, we have enough concrete, so we can set up the centrifuges to get like an idea of how to build this. I really would like these to be on the middle floor. There's too many resources that you have to move if I move the uranium up and then back down. Like, I do not have the spare belts to do that. But it would be really nice because it would allow me to get like an ultra production module centrifuge. Like, you know, one with like 6 prod 3s in it is like, we're talking ultra prod mod. Oh, also using up the uranium fuel. That's gonna suck. How do I get rid of those? Maybe I could centrifuge up here. That's an option. Like in between the belts. That sounds like a terrible option. No, there's no way we're doing that. we're building the centrifuge in a spot where we don't have to spaghetti everything because that would be just so it would be unbearable. I would go crazy trying to make that work. I don't see a place to get this over to the right currently. What if I make it a yellow belt? If I make it a yellow belt, I can belt weave, and I probably have enough throughput for that. Honestly, I could even make it 2 yellow belts. I could also pass it through here. No, that's not a bad idea. It does fit. Okay, so yeah, we're going to use fast inserters passing through a chest. Because I think that is one of the cleaner ways we can get this down there. We will need to change these to a short output, but that's okay. We can just use smart belt and it works really well. Perfect. Okay, and now we can replace them with fast inserters. Not like that will make a difference, but at least we can. And then we can upgrade it to do absolutely nothing, but, you know, we can say we upgraded it, which feels nice. Oh gosh. What did I sideload? I teleported automatically and sideloaded something. Oh, yeah, we need to leave. Okay, if the walls are being damaged, it's the top floor, so that's okay. Okay, hopefully this works. The idea we have right now... Wait, no, this... is we just pass the uranium through here. Hopefully this works. And it's not side balanced. That's fine, I guess. But yeah, the idea is that we could not get this to the loaders, so instead we're just passing them onto the chest directly. Wait, can we warp? Yeah, we didn't build any oil, right? Yeah, we just... So we're good. We do actually have to go help defend the top, though, I think. Yeah, it's actually not doing too hot. We held out a bit longer than I would have liked. But it's doing fine. I mean, it only needs to survive for 10 more seconds. Which, by the way, I did promise that I would show what happens if you're left behind, which is a terrifying thought right now. But we just need to make sure we have it saved. But yeah, once it teleports, there's just a big hole where all the warp platforms were. And you are abandoned. And you can't get... Well, you can get back, but it requires you to die. In a multiplayer game, you can just, like, reconnect and you'll be there. But single player, you just die and you can respawn. But you don't have any of your stuff and you'll never be able to get it back. But, like, it's not technically GG, so, like, you can recover from that. But ideally, you want to be standing on the platform. Because then you go with it. Also, I realized the other day that if you save right before you warp, you can re-roll planets, which would kind of be... It's a bit hacky. It's not something I plan to do. It's just something that accidentally happens whenever I demonstrate the teleport thing. But that looks like a good stopping point. We have uranium on the bottom floor, and we have centrifuges crafted. I'm just gonna pretend I have something set up. There we go. We got to centrifuging. We have uranium. Let's call that nuclear power. We're good. It makes... Does it turn 10 into 1, or does it turn 10 into 10? It turns 10 into 1. So actually buffering the products would be a lot better than buffering the ore. Oh wait, no. Buffering the products would require me to be able to process 3 full red belts of uranium ore at any given point. So yeah, never mind. It will buffer both, but we definitely need the larger buffer on the ore just because of production speed. Unless we have like an entire floor of this stuff. Maybe we don't need that many. I'll look into that. Maybe I could just directly process it. Don't know how many I need, but that could be an option. I mean, it won't really make a difference in terms of... Yeah, it won't really make a difference in terms of Wait, hold on, what's the stack size? That also could affect it. If they both stack to 50, then it doesn't make a difference. Or then it, or if these don't stack to 50, then I shouldn't be buffering these. But yeah, I would like to actually process these on the top floor if I can. And then buffer them in the basement, but we'll see. Well, if it takes like 20 or more, if it takes like 20 or more centrifuges, I don't think that's viable. So it might not be an option. But we'll probably also not have any problem keeping this running, considering how dense uranium ore is. But that's it for me today. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. I gotta go prepare having dinner with family tonight. So I can't stream for too long, or couldn't stream for too long today. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.